Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar today to explore massage therapy, which is the reason Southwest Institute of Healing Arts exists in the first place. So, hi, everyone. My name is Becca Briley, SWIHA Success Coach, joined here today by Sarah Hawes. Hi, Sarah. How are
Hello,
you?
everybody. I'm good. How are you guys?
Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. So we have a couple people joining the webinar now. As people hop in, you can raise your hand, you can use the Q&A feature. We want you to use this time to ask the questions, leave the comments. We want to hear from you. And let's first start off with asking the big question, why? Why are you here? Why do you feel called to explore massage therapy as your healing modality of choice? Maybe you love massage or love receiving massage. Maybe you love to give massage. Maybe you don't even know yet. So, Sarah, we'll start with you. What was your why? And just kind of do an introduction of, who you are and how you serve at SWIHA and in the world, and then what's your why for massage therapy?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Hawes. You'll be seeing me primarily as your academic advisor over here at SWIHA. You'll also see me hopefully in some of your classes. I do teach as well. In addition, I'm also in the clinic at the front desk supporting you that way. So I'm pretty well-rounded when it comes to offering you a good experience, not just seeing me in your academic advisor role. I'm a licensed massage therapist, been a licensed massage therapist for the past 10 years, have my own practice, and I work with a lot of different clients. So I have oncology clients. Currently, I'm working with becoming an end-of-life doula, which is one of our programs here.
Yay!
Yay! So I'm looking at adding that to my tool belt and helping those that are getting ready to transition from this life to their next adventure. So I love massage. It was not ever something I thought I would do. Actually had a friend that told me, you should try out massage. And I was pretty ignorant about it and didn't really know a lot about massage. And I went to tour the school that I went to and fell in love instantly with the school and signed up that day and couldn't have been happier. And I started at a later time in life. So massage really can benefit those that are right out of high school, even into those that are looking into a second or third or fifth or sixth or whatever career. So massage therapy is fantastic. I love the fact that my clients can come to me in so much pain and leave with just an ounce of relief, and it makes them feel so much better. Massage is what I see myself doing until my last breath. So,
Oh, I love that. That just gave me the chills. Question, did you know that like pain management or pain relief was going to be your forte when you stepped into the modality?
no, I actually just
Mm.
wanted to do like relaxing. Kind of my go-to was I just want to work on like the stay-at-home moms and just give the light, fluffy stuff. And I was definitely against energy work when I went through school. Told myself I will never, ever do energy work. And my clients, I would work on them and giving them all different types of modalities that I knew and I had on my tool belt, and they just weren't getting better. And something told me, you need to try some acupressure. So I opened up, dusted off my book, which I only wrote like 1 page in my program. That's how much I loved energy work. And I opened it up and I told my client, I was very transparent. I haven't done acupressure in a very long time. I'm going to open the book and we're going to do this protocol if you're okay with that. Yeah, sure, no problem. Then my client started to see results with me mixing the Eastern and the Western modalities. So I originally wanted to do just work on the stay-at-home moms and the light fluff and buff, and I ended up going more of a medical route. And I do
Wow.
a little bit of everything. So I have medical route, I do light stuff, as well as get in there and work out those knots. So it's a little bit of everything.
Oh my gosh, amen to working out the knots. Well, I love that. Thank you for sharing. So, Sarah is obviously the advisor for the program. So, like, go-to person, schedule, talk about any challenges holding you back, be there like your number one support system slash cheerleader through your journey as a student. And obviously, she still has her own practice. So, Sarah, you work like at SWIHA, but then what days do you see your clients?
So it really kind of depends on my schedule. So I'm here for both the day and the night
Yeah.
students. So there's some days where I'm here more for the day students, and there's some days where I'm here a little bit later in the evening. Tend to see my clients after work or on the weekend. The weekend is big. Usually the weekend is where it's at. A lot of people are Monday through Friday job, and really all they can do is a weekend. So weekends tend to be a pretty hot commodity for me. But I am also getting ready to teach some classes that are on the weekend. So I have to get those out. I have to get that schedule out in advance. So I let my clients know that I can't book for those weekends. So it really just kind of depends on the weekends and what's kind of coming up for my students. You guys are definitely a priority for me, as are my clients. So I just juggle it as it kind of comes at me.
I love it. So you're a prime example that, this is something that you can take on as long as you're managing your time and energy wisely, right? Where you're investing your time. So you have to be mindful of that, I bet, right?
Yes, time management is something obviously that you'll learn in the program, but I think also something to kind of make sure that you're very aware of is making sure that you're doing self-care for yourself. Because when you get into this industry, it's it can be very stressful and taxing on the body. So it's important to be able to utilize getting a massage yourself. It's great to be able to give back and to see that relief on your client's face. It's nothing like it. But imagine just kind of the tables turning just a little bit and you having that relief. That's going to help you push and go a little bit longer, and your body be able to take on the amount of clients that you're looking for, if you're looking for a large client base or a small client base. So make sure that you're doing self-care. Super important. When you don't do self-care, you can find yourself kind of winding down and being overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah, amen. Well, it looks like Marina shared, I am an RN and love giving my patients massages. I want to know how to do this correctly as well as to enhance my skills as an RN. I'm also interested in end of life care as well as many other modalities SWIHA offers. I'm concerned about the exertion level while performing massage as well as managing work in massage school. So how lovely that we're talking about that exact thing right here. And self-awareness is that step one, knowing yourself. How many hours of sleep do I need at night? How much time do I need for family, friends? You almost need to do your wheel of balance life coaching tool.
And you said
To
it was
really,
Marina? Is that what you said?
yeah, Marina Mitchell, thank you for being here.
Marina, yeah. So I love that you're an RN, and I love that you want to just know how to do this specifically and correctly for your clientele. And they're going to teach you the basics. They're going to teach you how to build that endurance. We're not going to take you right in doing 5 massages a week and just go a lot of the students in your class are going to become your first clients, if you will. So it's going to allow you to get used to different body types, build up that stamina. The teachers will show you how to do your proper body mechanics, which keeping those proper body mechanics is key, and what's going to help have you have a long career in massage, as long as you are keeping those body mechanics correctly and you're doing what you can to not overexert your body. It really will help. And then just to speak to the end of life doula. So end of life doula is not a it's not a hands-on bodywork class. I'm currently in the second course of 3 courses. And if that's something that you're interested in, it's something that currently only our 1,000-hour students can add to their program. So if it's something that you're interested in, that would have to be something you'd have to look into if you wanted to go into the 1,000-hour program, or if you wanted to do it outside of your program and do it as a continuing education course, you could do that as well.
Perfect. I'm so glad you said that. So I teed up the slides that we'll just walk through today. Obviously, this is a grandiose front end kind of introduction to talk about the options, which is the hardest part for people trying to determine if they want the therapeutic or Ayurvedic track, kind of like Sarah just said. She wasn't ready for the energy work. And then when she got into it, it unlocks pieces of self, right? That you need to attend to at some point in your life. Otherwise it does get stuck in our tissues. And then what happens? Dis-ease can set in when we do not work it out, right? So, that is something beautiful that every human gets to explore in their own ways, in their own time. So maybe you've done that for yourself, maybe not. I love that you're an RN, Marina. My mom was actually a wound care nurse, just retired, and said she'd go into her patient's room and they'd be so excited to see her because she'd have like a spa day. She'd like massage their feet and their hands because that's really all she was allowed to touch, not being a massage therapist, legally. So I love that you have that in your wheelhouse and you want to do more. So I just want to tell everyone really quick, SWIHA did start as a massage school over 30 years ago, founded by Casey Miller, who was actually attending a massage school. Did not like the way that the education was being taught, right? There are other ways to teach and not everyone learns the same way. She decided to buy that school. And look what it is today. We have so many healing modalities that complement this well. We are nationally nationally accredited Title IV funding school, which means that if you want to give back in the world in a loving and profitable way as part of our SWIHA mission, that you can use financial aid if you qualify. So that's definitely something you want to talk to an admissions coach about, the financial aspect of it. And then, as Sarah and I are going to walk through today, just talk about the overview of the programs, and the option of like starting small versus going big, or going big and working small. Finances usually play a part of that. So let's jump right in. You can throw out your questions in the Q&A or comments as they come up. I don't want you to forget them. But we have been training and we just hosted the massage competition, the annual massage competition, which is amazing. If you've ever been in that room, wow, just the energy alone is healing. So we have been really training massage therapists who are hired all over the valley, who take this education out of state and really make their dreams come true so that they can either retire when they're ready as a massage therapist, start to work it in, or build their own practice right out of the gate. And there's many different options for careers, which we'll talk about as well. So we are award winning, and we are actually, people reach out to us all the time to hire our graduates, right, Sarah? We feel very blessed to be that resource. Yes,
absolutely.
So as Sarah mentioned, and Marina, you're looking at the end of life doula. One option is if you wanted to take off a tiny bit, like try something first. Technically, you could try one class, right? If you pay for a class, you take it, you feel it out, you gauge your energy level. You can transfer that up and into whatever program you do feel called to take. You could do the same for the end of life doula program because it doesn't qualify for financial aid. You could pay out of pocket, make, monthly payments, no interest, and you could transfer that up and into your program of interest. So there's all different ways to like bite size first, transfer it up and in, or for those who want to go big, so you have your 750 hour, which does qualify for financial aid, and your 1,000 hour, like Sarah said, which does include the end of life doula and financial aid. So you kind of got to look at where you stand, what your goals are, and what you want to complete first. So, Sarah, what is your advice on choosing between the two before we get into the different tracks?
Sure. So, it's difficult to choose between the two because a lot of people, they have just so many things that they want to do. And we have so many classes to choose from here at SWIHA for massage. It's pretty amazing. I think one of the biggest things that I like to touch base with people on is if you're looking at wanting to maybe have an extra specialty outside of massage. I'll give you an example. Like if you wanted to get the massage certificate as well as the holistic nutrition certificate or an end of life doula certificate, the 1,000 hour program is going to give you an extra 250 hours of classes that you can really like pick and choose from. Now, you don't necessarily have to get a certificate of any kind. If there's just a bunch of classes that you want to take and it's well over 750 hours, then you can utilize the 1,000 hour program to kind of take a little hodgepodge of all the classes that you're interested in and apply it to your schedule. A lot of people look at the 750 hour program because they just want to get their feet wet a little bit and they want to just kind of get right into massage right from the 750, and maybe they'll look at taking more classes later. A lot of times it does have to do with finances as well. So it's something that you'll want to touch base on if you're with a significant other, if that's something that you guys can manage. But we definitely do have two separate tracks. So it looks like Becca's pulling that up already. So we have two tracks in massage. We have the therapeutic track, which is offered both for the 750 and the 1,000 hour programs, as well as the Ayurvedic track, also for 750 and 1,000 hours. The difference between the two, the Ayurvedic track is more of our energetic based track. So it's more classes such as reflexology, Reiki, polarity, cranial, those kinds of classes that are lighter touch or more energetic base. Whereas the therapeutic side, you might see some classes like elder touch, trigger point, hydrotherapy, sports massage, chair massage, just all different kinds of things, fibromyalgia therapy, things that are more westernized modalities. And one of the questions I think people do have when they're looking at the massage program is, well, how do I know what's best at the time? Like what's offered more in the massage world? The best way I can describe it is the massage industry has ebbs and flows. So there's years where you will see a lot of clients that want to go more to the Ayurvedic side. They want to do more lymphatic massages. They want to do more cranial sessions, more reflexology, more Reiki sessions. And then another year, you might find that there's just this big influx of clients that want all these different modalities that are a little bit more hands-on and focused. So when I have students that ask me, what do you think I should do, Sarah? What's the best track? I always just have them go back to, what do you feel like best for you, because in the long run, what you feel like is best for you is probably going to be something that you're utilizing more on a regular basis. Now, if you choose the Ayurvedic track, you're going to want to stick with more energetic classes. If you stick with the therapeutic track, same thing, you want to stick with more therapeutic classes. And of course, if you do the 1,000-hour program, you'll have that focus, either the Ayurvedic or the therapeutic. But if you look at it and you're like, oh, I want a little bit of both, that's where that extra 250 hours can kind of come in. And if you wanted to do, if you were on the therapeutic track and you were like, okay, I really want to take this Ayurvedic class, you'll have more to work with, more hours to work with. So it really is just depending on where you see yourself with massage. Do you see yourself more using Ayurvedic style classes or tools, or do you see yourself using more therapeutic classes?
Yeah, and we want to know what questions you all have in the webinar, like which way you're leaning and why. I do not want to assume that Marina would go therapeutic because she's a nurse, right? Definitely want to hear what questions you have between the two, as you've heard Sarah kind of explain that. Good question, Marina says, how many students are typically in a class or cohort? Is there a benefit to paying cash versus card or loan? Could you do the 250 hours later? I want to graduate school as well, thus timing is appealing with 750 hours. Yeah. I'll let you answer the first one, Sarah, if you want. How many students in a class or cohort?
Yeah, so one of the great things about SWIHA is we're not like those larger schools that have a very large number of students in class. You'll see that we have a smaller number of students in class. So I think right now in our January cohort, I think there's 10 right now, maybe in the January cohort, maybe even more since I looked last. So it really just kind of depends on like how the enrollments come in with how many people might be in the cohort that you're going to be in. And one of the things I like to tell the students is that you typically, all of you should be in the same core classes together. It's when you find maybe a friend in your cohort that maybe is a different track than you. Let's say that Marina, let's say that you go the Ayurvedic side and Susie, your friend, is going to the therapeutic side. It's when you start to do those elective classes where you might not have the same classes together. But we do offer smaller cohort sizes, and I think that actually bodes well for our students, because it's definitely more of a one-on-one. We need to make sure that as the instructor, we can make sure that we are utilizing each student. We're able to specifically see that student if they have certain needs that they need to we need to come over and go one-on-one with them if we need to. So the smaller class sizes really do benefit the students as they progress through the program. So it's not larger capacity classes. We have smaller size classes, and we I think that's what bodes well for us.
Yeah. And know that we do have rolling start dates. We have the January, like she said, I think there's about a dozen now. That one's just for the January 8th start date, which is the PM program. Are those classes still 6 to 9, 6 to 10?
6 to 10.
6 to 10 p.m. as the program classes. And then the day program starts February 19th. Sorry, as you can see here. Enrollment always does close 10 days prior. I say 2 weeks. But remember that by the end of this year, so in 11 days, the tuition's going to go up from $18 per classroom hour to 20, I believe. So you really want to consider that as being your driving factor too. That could save you a bit of cash if you're paying cash. There's no benefits to paying whatever way. It's just whatever makes sense for you. Technically you would want to pay off whatever the amount is to get your completed diploma. But they can extend a payment plan with no interest over the course of the program. So that's lovely to consider. And some people do get extra funding for financial aid. That depends on your life, your educational background, last year's taxes done, a lot of things. So filling out your FAFSA to see if you qualify can help. Once you talk with an admissions coach, they can send you all the links and our school code to go ahead and get that started. You can do the 250 hours later. So if that wants to come down the road, you can add anything at SWIHA. You'll hear people call themselves SWIHA lifers, which means I do a program or a class, and then I just keep adding on to my tool belt. So there's no one right way. It's just whatever is going to work for you, your life, your schedule, and your goals. So I would recommend talking to an admissions coach as soon as possible. And I can put a link where you can book an appointment with one-on-one so you can have that, intimate conversation about you and your life. So yes, here it is. Sarah, torn between both tracks, but leaning toward therapeutic. However, Sarah has further engaged my interest in Ayurvedic energy modalities. I was
Woo-hoo!
grateful. I was grateful for my Swedish massage day-long seminar with Joel. That was very eye-opening. Awesome. I plan to enroll by next week and prefer learning in the morning, so expect to start in February. That's exciting. And then
Yes.
the day program, Sarah's 9 to 12. Is that right?
Nine to
9 to 1.
one.
9 to 1.
And one of the things to I do want to mention about the program, so the night program, you will have some classes that are on the evening. We call them evening, sorry, weekends, on the weekends.
Mhm.
So we call
Yeah.
them weekend intensive classes. So it might be like a Friday night and all day Saturday and all day Sunday. When I say all day, I mean like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That doesn't happen
Mhm.
very often. Like it's not going to be every single weekend. You might have one, maybe two classes in a month that might be on a weekend, depending on the classes that you choose. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then also in the day program, it'll tend to be just during the day for you. However, if there are some classes that you're interested in and they're only available on the weekends, we can always, you and I can always talk about that to see what option is best for you. I'm never just going to put you into classes that I know that you can't make, and that comes with the communication between us. So you'll get so sick of me by the end of your program because I check in all the time. But I feel like if I check in all the time, then I feel like at least we're at a good space where you don't feel like you haven't been heard, or that you feel like any and all your questions have been answered while you're in your program. So you'll get sick of me, I'm sure of it.
No, I don't think so. You're an awesome guiding light. Yeah. So I did put a link to one of our admissions coaches' calendars so you can schedule that one-on-one call and go ahead and tee up the enrollment appointment, which can start over the phone. You can do it over the phone, or you can go in on campus and get a tour and everything, which I highly recommend. And while you're there also, which I need to do next week, is to book your massage clinic massage. So as you exit the program and are wrapping up, you do get to practice on real paying clients. My favorite part is to go into SWIHA while I'm on the table, ask how they love the curriculum, who's your favorite teachers, what did you love, what did you not love? Like, to get all that raw feedback is amazing. But my most favorite part is to see how well practiced these massage therapists are.
Mhm.
Like, I'm blown out of the water to know that they're still students, right? I've paid good money to massage therapists and just been like not satisfied, right? So the education that we do teach and the practice that you do get, that hands-on real life spa setting, is everything. Would you agree, Sarah?
Yeah, and the clinic is really where you're going to get more experience than I think you would anticipate. Because, like I said, when you're going through the program in your classes, you're going to be working with your classmates. And maybe you've been working with them for a long time, so you're kind of used to their body and you know how their body responds. But clinic is going to be able to let you work with the public. And our clients in clinic have been coming for years. And it's always sad when they hear, oh, so and so left, but they're willing to try new people. And then when they find somebody, they just like latch onto that person and want to go to you every single time. And they love it. And then they always ask for like your information at the end when you're all finished with your program, because they want to be able to continue with you. So you're going to find people that absolutely love your massage, and there's a wide variety. It's not one specific group of people a certain age. You're going to have all different kinds. We have minors that come in with their parents. We have couples that come in, moms and sisters, and everybody in between. Doctors that come in, everybody, even our owner. Our owner
That's
comes
right.
in and she gets massages, and her husband does as
And
well.
her
So
husband.
just you're going to
Yep.
get so many great opportunities for lots of hands-on body work practice, which is going to make you not only a better therapist, but it's going to make this better. And the more bodies that you touch, the better it's going to be.
When do they go into their clinical hours? She's asking.
So you won't go into your clinical hours until after you have your clinic orientation. That's usually like 3-4 months in is when you'll have your clinic orientation. Here's the cool part about clinic. You set your own schedule.
Yay.
So we give you the clinic orientation, and then you let us know, okay, I can come in, let's just say, okay, I'm able to go in May, and you'll have a calendar. We give all the students a calendar for the month, and then you'll tell us what days you can come in at what times. And then we'll put your information in the schedule, and we'll send you a confirmation that everything looks good. So we'll make sure that we entered everything correctly. You'll confirm it. And before you know it, people are going to be on your schedule. You're going to get there and you'll be like, holy cow, I'm already booked. This is amazing. Like it's wonderful. We have people, usually we book out about 2 weeks in advance. So clients are there. We don't have, there's never not an opportunity to have a client. There always is an opportunity to have a client. And if there's not a client there, something happens, they get sick, I'm pretty sure people around campus would absolutely love to further your education and get a massage. We love to support our graduates and our students.
Yes, and it's not just students in the massage clinic, it's also LMTs, so the licensed massage therapists who do want to stick around, who just love SWIHA so much that it is their home. I call SWIHA the home of the healers. And that's fine too, but what I love most, and let me know your take on this, Sarah, is because some people don't know if they want to work in a spa setting, if they want to be a travel massage therapist, if they want to open their own practice. Like some people might not like the business part of it and want to work in a spa setting. But this helps you gauge, learn, test the waters, you know. What is your take on that? How do you think that helps develop, you know, someone's, I guess, business develop and unfold?
It'll allow you to experience a clinic setting. So you'll get to experience what it would be like in a spa setting. So it'll help you to determine if that's something that you're interested in. We're also going to be giving you some business classes to see if that's something that you're interested in terms of like building your own practice. I didn't ever plan on building my own practice. I actually worked in a spa for years. Loved it because it gave me a good variety of different people that I could work on and different techniques. It's where I learned how to do cupping and hot stone and things that I use on a regular basis now with my clients, which I'm so grateful for that I had that training and education. But also one of the things that I like to mention and throw out there and give a shout out to is we also do career fairs. So if you're looking for, I don't want to do anything with maybe doing something on my own, I just kind of want to work for somebody. We have an amazing team that puts together career fairs, and we get employers here. And employers come, and we encourage you to bring lots of resumes, and you might have an interview right there on the spot. And employers are looking to hire, and our employers know the quality of students that we have and what we provide. And those career fairs can also help as well. So there's lots of people on campus, instructors that have their own private practice that can give you guidance with that as well. So we have kind of a good, well-rounded team to choose from, to go to get advice from, whether you're wanting to go to a spa and get experience and base solely out of a spa, or whether you're wanting to do your own private practice, or maybe do a little bit of a hodgepodge and have a little bit of both in there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna share my screen again so you can see that we do have a massage therapy as a career event, which is complimentary the end of next month. So you can go learn about the different levels of touch, the different kinds of touch, obviously how powerful it is. Talk about the benefits of giving, receiving. So definitely reserve your spot if you're interested. But connecting with a coach is definitely essential, especially if you want to get started with the current pricing. So I want to see what questions everyone has, to just walk through anything that might be unclear, or, schedule wise, what your questions might be. Um, Question for you, for me, Sarah. So I know we talked about spas, working in a spa and building your own practice. What is the mile radius that you can't work with clients in because it could be a compete, right?
I think that
Do you remember
depends on the spa. Like the spa that I worked at, there was a non-compete. So when you got the clients over there at the spa, that's the spa's clients. So the spa keeps the clients, so you can't take their clients. I think it kind of depends on the spa, to be honest.
Yeah.
I when I was working at the spa, I lived in a couple different places, but there were times where I lived in Casa Grande, if anyone is familiar with that area. And I would travel from Casa Grande to Mesa every single day. So
Wow.
I would travel a long distance. And currently I reside in Coolidge, and I travel to Tempe every single day.
Oh my gosh,
So,
I did not know you were over there. Okay.
yep. So I think it just kind of depends on the spot, and that's something that you can ask them in an interview for sure.
Love that. Yes. So while we see if anyone has questions, I just want to share really quick so people know how to find this. So I'm on our homepage of our website. Even if you just scroll down a little bit, you see start dates, a brief intro about our massage programs. This was the page I was on, which breaks down the different options for you per page. When you do click into it, like I did, you can open up each program sheet. So I just like everyone to know where they would find their courses, knowing they're not in this order. But it has different chunks of what you'll be receiving. And these are the course codes, which I then like to use our handy dandy class calendar. Maybe you have a printed one that arrived in your mailbox, or maybe you go on our website, and what you can do is flip through it. Enjoying that lovely sound is so satisfying for me. But then you can go look at the course description. So on page 13 here, you'll see this is the one that we're talking about, 750 versus our 1000 hour. Okay, so you can also see all of the classes here. you can look at these course codes here or on the program sheet to then go, okay, I want to know what MT 500 is, right? Physiology. So then you can go the back, everything's alphabetized. You can literally read the course description. You can see the hours, right? And it has this for every class. So no matter what program sheet you're looking at, this is how you can read more, literally look at times, start dates, everything here. This
That's
is so
something,
helpful.
yeah, that's something I like to mention to all the massage students is to go into the class descriptions, because it's one thing to see the name of the class, but it's also another thing to be able to read about what the class is. So you're going to have core required classes that you have to take that are required for your program. But then you're going to have elective classes that if you're on your program sheet, those will be scheduled for you. But if you decide, you know what, I'm not interested in this one particular class, you can look through the program and see other different options. So I really encourage you to go in there, because it will give you, Becca's zooming in, so it gives you a good opportunity to read about what that class is about, so you can find out if that's really something that you're interested in, because reading the name is one, but reading the description helps to define and maybe pull you into if you really feel drawn to that class or not.
Yeah. And so I zoomed in on physiology MT 500 just so you can see it tells you the credits, classroom hours, dates, times, cost, and then you can see the yellow CEU circles, which we pride ourselves on our CEUs. There's many, most of which are on campus, a few are online, but if you wanted to find out what CEUs we do offer, continuing education, you could go to that page, and we do have them organized by on campus, online, state requirements, and it is different for every state. So Sarah probably gets asked a lot, well, what if I move to New York or Texas? Will they take my license, and what do I have to do there? How do you answer that question, Sarah?
So that's when I would recommend going to that state. Let's just use New York, for example, since you mentioned that. Go to that state, see what their requirements are for New York, for example. Some states might require more testing or more education. So that might be something to look at. If you know you're going to another state, maybe look at the requirements for that state to find out how many hours they do require. And then depending on that, like let's say that you graduated from Arizona and you moved to Alabama. And maybe Alabama only requires 600 hours, just an example. I'm not sure, just kind of throwing Alabama out there. You would check in and see how many hours they require. You might need to pay like a reciprocity fee. Again, this is stuff that you'll kind of check into. And one of our ladies here, she's really great at helping with that. So her name's Alcinia Hutzler. She can help with that. She helps current students, graduates, graduates of a long time help. She's a wealth of knowledge. So any of that kind of stuff that you're not sure about, I can also connect you with Alcinia, get you on her schedule, and she can give you all of her knowledge, because she's been in career services for a long time and has a wealth of knowledge to be able to help you with any of those kinds of questions as well.
Yes, and this is just important to know too, that Arizona requires 700 hours for state massage license. So even our minimum is 50 hours over that, our program. And then a minimum of 24 CEUs every 2 years. So it is something like many other industries. We want you to stay well versed in the industry. And then 12 of which can be online. So it's very good to know. And yes, Alcinia is amazing, absolutely amazing. All of our instructors, advisors, everyone puts their whole heart into what they do and how they serve here. So it is a pride and joy to be part of the SWIHA conscious college community, we call ourselves. So for those looking at financial aid, just want to show you too, hover over Admission Student Services, click on Financial Assistance, scroll down a ways, and that's where you'll get to the FAFSA application with our school code. You do have to put that in. It doesn't determine anything for you. It just allows us to go in and see what you have working so we can have a well-informed conversation with you from a financial standpoint. And she says, yes, class descriptions. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, it's just a lot of things that people don't know, but it's a ginormous website. So there you go. So any other questions as we wrap up today? Sarah, is there anything that's coming in that you'd like to share with those who are maybe on the fence of thinking of this new career path in the new year? Or what do you feel called to share?
Sure. I mean, it's a big decision to make, and it's something definitely to consider. You're going to be making a change in individual people's lives, and a lot of times when you're going through school, you find out that a change at some point happens with you. There's a shift. Somehow school kind of connects and it brings everything into balance for you, or brings things to fruition for you. So if it's something that you're not sure of, I can assure you, as being a licensed therapist for 10 years, going on as long as I can. I'd like to be like Ida Rolf, which you guys, I'm sure, will learn about her a little bit later, but I'd like to massage well into my 80s and push it maybe even a little further. So those youngins will have to be like, oh yeah, I need to be like Sarah Haas, and go up into my hundreds. And massage is a game changer. And the fact that you can heal the body from the inside out and see the physical change is amazing. And it's something that I think should be on the board of just everybody's mind, because it's so, I think it's life-changing for us as the therapists, and it allows us to see people in a different light, and that we're facilitators of healing. These things help to heal the body. We don't physically heal the body, we help to facilitate it, and the body does the healing on its own. That's amazing. Just two hands. What we can do for each individual person. And the massage that you might give today and an hour from now might be the exact same massage on two different people, but it's amazing the difference that the massage is going to be between those two people, because they're different bodies and their bodies handle it different and respond different. Like, you're facilitating that and you're helping that for your clients. I'm telling you, I could go on and nerd out about it. Massage is the way to go. Of course, I'm impartial about it. I love massage, but I could talk to you for days about it. If it's something that you have questions about and you come in on campus, ask them do you want to speak with me? My doors are always open, and I'd love to share anything I can with you to help maybe bring some clarity and some light to questions that you might still have about joining.
Yeah. And I think from me, the one thing that's coming is there's no right or wrong time to begin. You could be in your 60s or 70s and decide, I am just done with corporate. You could be in your 40s or 50s and say, I'm ready to just start my own thing. I want to be my own boss. I want to set my own schedule. I want to live the life of my dreams. I want to be able to help others in their own healing journeys, knowing they heal themselves. We're a conduit of that. And I think that's the biggest gift and blessing. One of our mottos is, let me be a conduit of healing, right? Not an ego in how we serve others. And, that's a part of our humanity that we have to look at is, oh my gosh, am I getting so much self-fulfillment that it's almost selfish? No, you're just serving the ways you feel called to serve, right? So
Right.
answering the call is a big thing we say here at SWIHA. Whether you're ready or not, you're stepping into the possibilities, and that's a big step. So, yeah. So reach out, talk to a coach if you haven't. I see that some already have. And you can enroll. We have 11 days. So yes, she says, I cannot wait and thank you so much for your time. I say our time is our most valuable asset because my time is my energy. So thank you, Sarah, for joining
Thank
me as
you.
always. So much fun. I feel you from my heart. And thank you for those who joined. We hope to see you on campus very soon.
Thank you,
And happy
everybody.
holidays and happy new
Welcome to
year.
the
Make it
family in
amazing.
advance. Woo-hoo.
I know, right? Home of the healers. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a blessed evening. Thanks for joining. Bye.